Ken Kaneki. Monsters are born every day, but some are created. In a world infested with creatures that feed on human flesh, the balance has to be broken. Humanity and ghouls are two sides of the same coin, but there's one ghoul who's the coin itself, being forced to be the one who stands atop all of them, making pain his friend, because the best part about pain is that it proves you're not dead. Ken Kaneki was once a regular kid who found peace in the quiet halls of Kami University. Buried in his studies of Japanese literature, he was ordinary, too ordinary to understand the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of Tokyo. But fate seemed to have other plans for him. One day his world was turned upside down by a creature, a demon in disguise. Rize Kamishiro was a ghoul, a creature born from darkness, feeding on humans to survive, tricking Kaneki into thinking that she actually cares about him. She planned on tearing Kaneki apart and devouring him, but an accident occurs, and Kaneki wakes up, getting an organ transplant from Rize, an organ that grants ghouls their strength. In an instant, Kaneki was no longer the boy who dreamed of a quiet life. He transformed into something else entirely, a one-eyed ghoul, a hybrid torn between two worlds, with a thirst for human flesh gnawing at his soul. Seeking refuge at Anteiku, a small coffee shop run by ghouls who had learned to live discreetly among humans, and it was there that Kaneki was introduced to the fragile balance of life as a ghoul. He learned how to live, not just survive. The cafe's owner taught him how to control his new abilities and live under the radar, but there was no escaping this new reality. His kagane, a deadly appendage ghouls use in combat, became his primary weapon and symbol of his new identity. Kaneki's kagane was a rinkaku, capable of regenerating and shifting, a deadly force that could tear through steel and concrete with ease. Yet with each use he couldn't escape the toll it took on his humanity, the hunger for human flesh. Once a quiet whisper in the back of his mind was now the scream of a demon waiting to get out. Despite his struggle, Kaneki tried to maintain his humanity. He still longed for a life untouched by bloodshed, but the world wouldn't let him have it. Ghoul investigators of the CCG hunted down his kind relentlessly in their pursuit, and Kaneki found himself caught in the crossfire. The more he resisted, the more he was dragged into the violent world of ghouls and the people determined to eradicate them. The tragic irony was that Kaneki was a boy who had once been too timid to stand up for himself, and now is forced to fight for survival in a world that saw him little more than a monster. Kaneki's descent into darkness truly began when he was captured by a ghoul known as Jason and subject to horrific torture. For days, Kaneki was broken mentally, physically, and emotionally, pushed to the very edge of his sanity. But it was in this hell pit that Kaneki's true strength began to awaken. His mind fractured under the pain, but in that brokenness, he embraced what he was. What are you going to do, Kaneki? Are you really gonna let him kill all your friends?
I won't let that happen.
Really? So what are you gonna do about it?
Anyone who tries to take them from me, you'll get no mercy.
But what if your decision is the wrong one in the end?
That won't happen, because I'm not wrong.
Then what's wrong?
What's wrong is this messed up world.
Kaneki wasn't a human anymore. So what are you?
I am a ghoul.
The tortures had shattered Kaneki's psyche, but they also released the primal violent instincts that had always been buried within him, making pain his best friend. He tore Jason apart, destroying Jason's kakuja with his bare hands. His kagane leashed out like the talons of a demon, a testament to the beast that had awakened inside him. Kaneki embraced his new reality and became a living nightmare to those who dared to challenge him. The toll of his transformation was not just physical but psychological. With each battle, Kaneki lost more and more of the man he'd once been. His mind, once uncorrupted, began to slip. His ability to predict and mimic his opponent's movements, once his greatest strength, became a double-edged sword. He could no longer always control what he was becoming, and the pressure of being half man, half monster ate at him. The Kaneki who stepped out after that battle was different, deadlier. His Kagane became a force capable of destroying city-level enemies in a single strike when he incapacitated Shinohara, a CCG investigator, in the formidable Arata armor. With this being a feat that even the non-killing owl had failed to accomplish, the boy who once struggled against lesser ghouls is now feared among both humans and monsters alike. When he came into conflict with Eto, the leader of the Aogiri tree, a violent ghoul organization, Kaneki, in his pursuit to understand the truth of his new life in the world of ghouls, he was forced to fight Eto in battle that revealed the depths of his transformation. He tore through her kakucha with his bare hands, signaling the full emergence of his power. The war between humans and ghouls reached its apex when Kaneki became the One-Eyed King, a leader of the ghouls who sought to unite them under a single banner and fight back against the CCG's oppression. He no longer was just a survivor, he was a king, a symbol of the resistance of all the ghouls. But with his newfound power came new burdens. His body was now a monstrous dragon, becoming a living weapon that threatened to destroy the very world it sought to protect. The dragon was the embodiment of Kaneki's unrestrained power, a massive creature whose tentacles spread across the entire city, consuming everything in its path. As Kaneki's inner demon raged, he found himself caught in a battle not just for his life, but for his sanity. But despite the terrifying beast within him, Kaneki's humanity still lingered. His internal conflict has always been his greatest enemy. His memories now became a source of pain. He no longer remembered what it meant to be human. Even as a ghoul investigator, Kaneki could not escape his true nature. In his final confrontation, Kaneki faced the truth. There was no easy path for him, no simple resolution. He had become a demon in the world's eyes. His body and mind and his very existence were a battle between man and monster, and in the end, there would be no victory without sacrifice. Overall, Kaneki would scale to town level with supersonic speed. And shout out to Chien who dropped 50 to sponsor this video. In the end, Kaneki has come a long way from being a boy who was attacked by a ghoul and now stands above all of them as their king. Because no matter who stands in his way, he'll make them look like a fool. God has heaven, but Tokyo has a ghoul. What's up guys, it's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you want to sponsor a video just like this one, I have my Cash App linked in the description where you can sponsor your very own video. And make sure you guys go check out the Discord, the link for that will be in the description as well. And the music used for this video is an absolute banger, so make sure you guys go check it out. But let me know down in the comments, out of all the characters in Tokyo Ghoul, which one is your favorite? And which character should I do next? And go down in the comments and put the zombie emoji so I know that you watched to the end. And let me know down in the comments, out of all the characters that you know, who can defeat the one-eyed ghoul, Ken Kaneki?